Hey everyone, we are back again with another video detailing our circumnavigation of British Columbia's Vancouver Island aboard our 37-foot sailboat Maya. In previous videos we've traveled 854 miles over 45 days from our home port of Anacortes, having traveled up British Columbia's Inside Passage around Cape Scott and south along the west coast of Vancouver Island to where we are now in Young Bay. In the last video, we battled the elements, but were ultimately rewarded with a nice ling cod and a soak in natural hot springs. In this video, we continue down the coast to Barkley Sound, where we meet up with a friend and family for some totally epic fishing. And be sure to stay tuned at the end for a brief message from us. But before all that, let's jump back to where we left you off last time, in Young Bay, where we are enjoying some nice weather after that major storm we experienced at Hot Springs Cove. We spent the next few days exploring and fishing our way through the inner island channels.
Okay, so I just hopped off the boat, you can see there in the background, and jumped on the sup. So I'm just going up this creek and we'll see what there is. I can definitely hear what sounds like a huge waterfall. Came up the creek a little ways to this 70-foot waterfall. Gorgeous. It's in this little tiny kind of like cave thing.
Okay, first order of business is the crab pot. This is nice because we can just pull it up on our way out.
Oh, there it is.
Nothing. Ugh. Having rough luck on the left side with
Nobody
crabs.
wants ham.
Bummer. We tried ham. Ham that we had that was going bad. Oops. Okay, now we're going to try our luck with our prawn trap. This is sitting way down there, like a couple hundred feet. So it really helps to have this little pulley, which has been a big improvement compared to last year. Unfortunately, we're still stuck with this ghetto line system, but it does work. It takes two of us. All right. And the verdict is nothing. Ah, what a bummer. Well, that's the way she goes. All right, Disco.
Nothing big, but
This is like the fifth fish in
10 minutes.
less than 10 minutes.
There's so many fish down there that Matt caught 2 on one lure. How does this happen? There's so many fish down there.
What? Unfortunately, we didn't catch any trophy fish during this time, but it is worth mentioning that we filled our diesel tanks in Ucluelet. This is the first time we filled up since Port McNeill, 433 miles and 26 days earlier. With our diesel tanks full, we decided to head to Ucluelet, stopping briefly in Tofino, which is BC's famous surfing town. We would have liked to have stayed longer in Tofino, but there's basically zero dock moorage for transient boats, no real good options as far as anchorages go, And on top of all that, tidal currents of up to 5 knots, which meant we would have a super difficult time rowing to shore. Because of that, we continued on to Ucluelet.
We're coming back into our areas that our chart covers. Woo!
Oh yeah, okay, we're back on the map after 300 plus miles of using our phones right here in place of our chart plotter. We can now take off this duct tape. That is fantastic.
We safely arrived in Ucluelet in time to meet up with Jenny's dad, who flew in to spend the week with us, fishing in Barkley Sound, but not before we enjoyed some local oysters while in town.
Okay.
These ones are tumbled in at a young age, so
There's a good one right there.
they grow deep.
We set out early the next morning into Barkley Sound, which is a 300 square mile body of water full of islands that make up part of Pacific Rim National Park. We headed to Joe's Bay, where we met up with our friend John, who had just made the 120-mile boat trip from Anacortes, Washington to be there. If there's one thing you need to know about John, it's that he knows how to catch fish.
Our friend John is here.
With Maya anchored in Joe's Bay acting as the mothership, we set out to what would be the most epic 4 days of fishing we've ever experienced.
Oh, what is it? Oh, yes, that's a big one. Oh my gosh. Nice. Yeah. Look at his mouth. That's the biggest thing I've seen. Nice. Hold that baby up.
Nice.
I can't even get it in the frame. Wow. Look at that. Okay. Look at this bottom. This is all fish.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Fish grease is wrong.
As fresh as it gets.
Okay, we've got 3 lines out. We're trolling for some salmon. Nice.
Well, it does look like a little salmon.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not a.
Sal's got one on. Oh, it's taking some line.
He doesn't want to come in.
No.
He's gonna see the boat and probably take off again.
Oh, whoa!
That is a huge fish. Yeah. He's not ready.
Wow, you got a good one on there.
Shit, man, he's running like crazy.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. I think this is a king.
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Woo!
We just don't have a big enough freaking net for this fish.
Oh my gosh! He's enormous. Oh yeah, help him, Mac.
He
bit the fucking net.
Oh my god. Whoa.
was on there.
That thing is enormous.
I don't have a big enough fish box. Man.
Oh,
Was
he is huge.
what? That was a hoot and a half.
My gosh.
Oh my god, this guy. That feels like freaking 40 or 50.
Yeah, it might be. It is huge.
Wow.
Big old fish.
Yeah. Wow.
That takes that.
Whoa. What is that? Oh, nice. Wow. Another good size guy. Wow. Oh.
Captain John Carter, you might be ready.
Yeah! Woo! King salmon.
West Coast Vancouver
After 4 epic days, it was time for John to head back. A special thank you goes out to him for showing us how it's done.
There goes Captain John, pulling away.
The next day, we headed to Ucluelet to get Chris to the airport. If you're wondering what happened to all that fish, we sent Chris home with about 50 pounds of salmon, lingcod, and rockfish. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please join us next time as we bring our trip to a close, but not before getting a close encounter with orca whales and tasting the fruits of civilization in one of our favorite cities, Victoria.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching this episode of Cruising Maya. We wanted to take a couple minutes just to go a little more in depth into the equipment and the fishing lures we used in this episode.
So first up, I want to talk about this Max Shad 6-ounce ultraviolet lure. We got a couple lingcod with these, and we were just pulling fish up, and it's got great action, so we highly recommend this. They're also scented, which I think helps the cause. This next lure is from Lighthouse Lures. This is a super lure in the pearl white. Unfortunately, they don't make the pearl white anymore, but we do really like these because the tails are removable, and it really provides nice action. So we pulled up a lot of fish with this guy here. Next I want to mention, we mentioned this in our last video, but the X-Rap Magnum 40. This is what we affectionately call Big Nasty because it's huge. But it does work. I mean, we pulled up everything from salmon to lingcod to rockfish with this guy. So this is the Ghost White pattern, and we recommend that as well. Now I want to talk about our salmon trolling setup here. So we were using a Les Davis Deep 6 number 1 as a diving planer, which actually brings the lure down to about 40 feet. And we trail a Hotspot red flasher. And I want to just make a comment that the red specifically caught all of the salmon, and we were trailing on the other side a purple flasher that caught a lot less fish. So I really think that the color is really important. So we definitely recommend the red hotspot flasher. And then trailing that, we have the Silver Horde number 4 Kingfisher in Herring Aid. This brought in all 3 of those huge salmon from the video. So I would definitely recommend this as just a great spoon for trolling for salmon. And again, all these lures are available in the links below. And basically how it works is if you purchase through those links, we get a small commission based on that. So you're like flipping us a quarter and you get a lure out of it. So we'll take all those commissions and we'll put that right back into this channel.
So thanks again for watching, and we hope this provides you with some information for fishing equipment that you can use in the future. This is what's worked for us. So if you are able to purchase a lure, please click the description down below and the links will take you right to our Amazon site. So any support you can provide, we really appreciate. And thanks again for watching, and please give us a like and subscribe if you can, and cheers.
Thanks everyone.